Ladies and gentlemen, Tatio Vance here, and welcome to a ship tour. Now today, we're going to be having a look around the Nomad. Now this is a new starter ship in the game. Has some cool things inside as well, some things that we could expect to see on a lot of the ships in the future. And it's got a interesting cargo bay as well, but we're going to take a look at that in a second. First off, you're going to notice that it is hovering. It does hover. Pretty cool, I suppose. They've probably came up with that design. They could have put wheels on it, but it hovers. Why not, eh? I think it's pretty cool. It does resolve a lot of design issues with suspension and stuff, doesn't it, when it hovers? You've just got to do the fold-out legs and then you're done. Makes it a little bit easier. Makes it a bit easier landing, I suppose, as well. Because you don't have to contend with wheels on the floor. I mean, there could be a rock under there. It don't matter, does it? So there's definitely some advantages. And I guess the other advantage as well, if you wanted to do a rolling takeoff, you're not going to be hitting a rock, are you? So, some plus points from the hovering aspect of it. Quite a striking design, I would say. I like the shape of it from the front. I think that looks freaking cool. I like that. Looks decent. Weapon mount on the front there. You can see the cockpit. Quite boxy, the cockpit. We can talk about that when we go inside. These are the hovering legs you get. They do fold up. Wow, them legs take up a bit of space, don't they? A couple of little rocket things there. It looks like, doesn't it? Well, they've done some cool bits with the lighting there. Or was that a reflection? No, it's not a reflection. Maybe it is. Hard to tell, isn't it? Maybe it is that flashing light there. It's when it all gets a bit funky, guys, when we come around the back here. Now, first off, when I saw this the first time, I was like, God, someone's left the door open. Why didn't someone close the door? Oh, no. Believe it or not, it's open all the time. That thing comes down, a little bit comes out. It's almost like a little pickup truck. In the back you go. I say you go, your cargo. Or your small vehicle. You can load on the back here. Nothing else to click on around here. And then, can we just close that up? Where's the close button? There we go. It's actually over there a little bit. And then up you go. Now, there's good and bad news with this. The good news is, I suppose, easy loading, easy getting out, I suppose. The other thing you could actually use this for, I mean, later on down the line, is Star Citizen introduced mounted guns. Nothing stopping you putting a mounted gun on the back here, is there? Might be quite good for dropping off troops as well, because there's no door. You are a little bit vulnerable, but there's nothing stopping you putting a couple of boxes here. So it definitely opens up some options, I would say. But saying that, I think it also opens up some other options for people to troll you. You know where this is going, didn't you? So like if you're in space, if someone jumps in the back here, there's nothing stopping them standing here. Now, although the door is round the sides, it doesn't immediately affect you. It just gives a way for people to maybe wind you up, you know, which you sort of don't want. Anyway, back down here. We close this up. The other good thing is when that goes up, yeah, there's no way to, from the ground anyway, if there's no gravity, there's no way to get in there. I just noticed that as well. Let's put that down again. There's a little bit that comes down there, see that? Okay, so there's little flaps that come down in the center there to allow the bed to come down. It's interesting. I think there should be sounds for this, but I think the sounds are not working at the moment. We'll keep going around. I actually like the design. I like everything from the rear end. It's just maybe that rear thing puts me off a little bit, but I really like this, the look of it. I love the hovering legs. The design from the front looks really cool. I like the design of it. I think around the rear, you know, a few question marks there. Here's your little side door. Wasn't immediately obvious for me when I first gave the ship a go. Now, if you're claustrophobic, probably not going to be the ship for you, this one. So the door's closed and we're inside now. Very triangle-y, isn't it? Sharp shapes everywhere. And you can, actually, from here, look. Can't really see much out there. You can see something. So you can actually close and open the cargo bay from here. Nice feature. Does actually say cargo access there as well. Over here we have storage cupboard. Pretty decent size. Door animations are pretty cool, I'll give you that. We do have a module here as well, I think. We have a module, there we go. So you'd be in here doing your little laser thing, repairing stuff, I should imagine. Maybe sub-component changing and stuff like that. And then here, we have the toilet. Shaver, toothbrush. Some other, I don't know what that is. Let's close the door. And over here, we have the quarters area. I think it gets a bit better over here. I find over here it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit, not necessarily claustrophobic. This way doesn't really get, okay, there's a door. This way is one module. Okay, there's a couple little rooms there, but yeah. Open the door, come on. I think it's better in here. I prefer this shape. This is pretty cool. I feel like there's a bit more roomy in here. Maybe it's the claustrophobic thing. So what'd you get? You get some very dodgy looking red beans. Some Tabasco sauce, or soy sauce, sorry. You get a little sink, induction cooktop. Oh, I was going to say, is that a microwave? That's a radiation sign, isn't it? Oh, it is a microwave. So it's there, that microwave. Got your bodybuilding stuff. By the looks of it. Got a little plant there. And your bed, actually, the bed looks bigger than all the other beds, doesn't it? If you get in, you can actually sit on it as well. Let's give it a go lying. I just saw that as well, look. Alright, I would have missed that. We'll look at that in a minute. Let's lie down. Did I just sit down again, or didn't I? Just testing the controls, don't worry. Totally knew what I was doing. Lie down. There we go. We're lying down. Oh, that's pretty cool. You have a good look in there. It'd be pretty cool if the plant grows. I wonder if I press okay, well it actually takes me outside, okay. Alright, seems pretty comfortable. Yeah, I didn't notice them. Just saw that up there as I was just passing. Component access. Did wonder where the rest of the components were. That's pretty cool. Feel like I should be checking a few more avionics. Okay. Is that for that cabinet? Maybe that is. That can't be all. It says, oh, like cooler. It says on the front, doesn't it? Shields. Avionics. These avionics is here somewhere. Am I missing it? Maybe that one, don't know. I sort of want to go and check everywhere now, just to make sure. Do the old Dyson. Avionics is there, but it's not having it, is it? I would have thought it would have been there, to be honest, but maybe not. Let me know in the comments, maybe I missed it. What else we got? We got to have a little seat here as well. Pretty cool. Sit down. In front of the microwave, like as you do at home. Get a blast of radiation in your face before you go out. And over the cockpit. I like this section. I think this is really cool. I actually really like the cockpit. Not every cockpit is perfect in this game, and there are some downfalls, but what I do really appreciate, and what we'll do is I'm going to power off.
Weapon systems disabled.
Okay, so what we do to start up.
Welcome. Your journey begins now. All systems operational.
Pretty good startup sequence, I like that. Sounds pretty good. I really like this cockpit. I'll quite happily, a few things I do like, a few things I don't like. But I don't think there's ever going to be the perfect cockpit, but what I do like is I do really like these screens. I know half of them are the normal HUDs, but what I like about it, I feel like it's wrapped around you. So when you're actually in the cockpit, if I'm just sitting like this now, I can see all the displays, yeah, without, because most of the other ships I find that are like this. See what I mean? So to see the display, you have to move down. I know some of them have them in the corner. I just like the fact that when you're sitting in dead center like that, you can pretty much see all of the main controls. And the other thing we can see here, which is not active in this ship yet, we can see the real controls, these ones. Once these come into play, it'd be awesome. Once we can start clicking these. It's not going to be hard for them to do, click on that and move the switch over. You get the idea, they're everywhere. So on this side, you know, we've got doors open, and we've got these on hovers at the moment, but later on we have these switches, thrust off, all different sorts of exit there, engine, you can turn the left and right engine off, shield, this would be turning off different parts of the shield, alarm, so that'd be like your siren, IFCF as well, we've got hover mode. I'm not really sure. When you turn hover mode off, what happens? You just crash to the floor or something. Quantum. What else have we got? We got power. And we got loads of other little switches here as well. I like it. The sort of thing I'm not overly happy about. I mean, like I said, you know, you can't. Star Citizen can't make the perfect ship because, you know, they've got to balance it by the manufacturers. It's probably the beams. These big chunky beams. Feels like you're in a bit of a crane, you know, like you're working in a digger. That's my only critique, really. I mean, apart from that, awesome, love it. And the other thing I really like as well is the fact, look, once again, you're in a crane, right? Of course you can see through the floor. You see the point. Oh, you've got eject as well. Fantastic viewing. This would be brilliant for sort of going down low on the surface if you want to find something or you're looking for something, because not only do you have I'm going to say a really good forward view and up view. Most of the ships here, this is all blocked off, yeah? I know, but if you think about all these posts, if you put all these posts, it probably would fit in that gap. So you're probably getting the same amount of visible screen, if you know what I'm saying, on this than you are on most ships, with the added bonus of this. I like it. Let me know what you think in the comments. I actually like it. Let's take off, and I want to show you a couple of other things as well, and you can let me know what you think of this as well, right? Now, I don't know if you've noticed in front of us, we have, if you look at this screen we've got in front of us here, we've got, see this bit here? Now you can see there's a piece of glass there, but what they've added this light here, and the light shines over here. Now that might sound okay, but what I found is when you're in a darker area, it's hard to see, and it sort of makes sense, right? Because It's like driving at night with lights on the front screen. You can't see out the screen, yeah? It's just, you know, that's how it is, right? Hopefully they would give us the ability to, I know they will, I know we're going to have the ability later on down the line to change the physical colours, but also maybe to dim it, or maybe even to turn it off, right? The only downside, obviously, turn it off, you don't get any display, but I think dimming and changing the colour would help because, like I said, if you've got one of these ships and you've tried it out, you probably experience the same thing. You've gone to the darker area and you're like, oh my God, I can't see. And it's mainly in that square, right? You can see left or right. Take a look on the outside. Let's have a look. Quite a striking design. It does look like a bit of a bomber, doesn't it? If it had bigger wings. If it had a full set of wings, it'd be like some sort of like bomber or something. I like the design. It's quite aggressive. I like the colour scheme of it. It should perform okay in atmospheric. You would have thought so, wouldn't you? You would have thought maneuverability would have been good-ish, but maybe lift might not be as good, possibly. And we've got the landing gear down at the moment, so let's, what we can do is let's go a bit, what we do is we go a little bit higher so I can show you the, that'd probably do it, wouldn't it? So here we are. This is the landing legs. Quite impressive. They really, really fold up as well. Have a look at this. Shame there's no sounds as well. Like I said, I really like the design of it. Do that again. Pretty cool, eh? I imagine the detectability of this ship is going to be quite low. It's not a huge ship by any means. Turret up the top there as well. There are your main guns. Does seem to be a sound issue. I think that's been across a lot of the ships. Unfortunately, we're not hearing the big booming noise. So overall, what do I think of the ship? I'm actually really impressed with it. The only critique that I probably would give is that back cargo area. Someone could jump in the back there. What do you think? I mean, I'm not sure how they're going to deal with that later on in the game because I could see people trolling people with that. I will try it out over the coming weeks, maybe with some orb mates, see if you can quantum why there's someone in the back and test it out a little bit further. But overall, I think this looks cool. I really like the design of the ship. I think it looks quite aggressive. It looks pretty cool. Enough firepower, not a bad amount of cargo. The only other downside, and this is back to the cargo thing again, people can see the cargo you've got on board. I get it with the whole series you can, but they could be in containers. Does that make you more vulnerable, that someone can see your cargo? Let me know in the comments what you think. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with this ship. I do like the cockpit area. It's definitely up there in at least the top 10 for me in cockpits. I do like the interior, just that back bit for me. Let me know in the comments what you think. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.